So today we are going to discuss the vector product or the cross product. Now we take here cross product if on multiplying two vectors we are getting a quantity which is a vector quantity. So when the quantity obtained on multiplication of two vector quantities is a vector, then the product of the vectors is said to be vector or cross product. Vector product or cross product. So if I am taking two vectors, this is A vector and this is B vector. An angle between these two vectors I am taking it to be theta. Theta is the angle between the two vectors A and B. Now here in this case, the magnitude of A cross B is taken as magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta, as into sin theta. In sin theta, into sin theta. So in case of dot product, we used to take the cos theta component, and here we are taking the sin theta component. This is the magnitude. Now, since A cross B quantity is a vector, this quantity is a vector, then this vector should also have a direction. The magnitude of A cross B is known to me, that is AB sin theta. Okay, magnitude of A into B multiplied by sin theta. This is the magnitude we are having. Here we should also get a direction of A cross B. So in order to get the direction of A cross B, we will be using the right hand thumb rule. Now how to use this right hand thumb rule? Here the first vector is A and second vector is B. So we will be curling our fingers from A to B in this direction. From A to B. Angle between them is theta, and we are going to take the smaller angle between A and B. So by right hand thumb rule, what I am getting? This is the direction of A cross B. If I curl my fingers from A to B, then my thumb will indicate the direction of A cross B. Simply here I am taking, suppose if I take this vector to be A and this vector to be B, if I am taking this vector as A and this vector I am taking B, then A cross B, the direction of A cross B will be in this direction. If this is A and this is B, then this is the direction of A cross B. If I take B cross A, here this is A, this is B, A cross B is in this direction. If I take B cross A, then I will curl my fingers from B to A, and this will indicate the direction of B cross A. Okay? So what is the direction here? A cross B is out of the plane of the board. It is out of the plane of the board. Here what I am having? Here I can say that magnitude of A cross B is equal to magnitude of B cross A equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into sin theta. This I can say if I am just taking the magnitude. Then this relation will be valid here. In this case, A cross B magnitude is equal to B cross A magnitude. But here, if I take the direction, then what I can say? If I am writing it along with the direction, then A, this is B, this is theta, and this is B. So A cross B is out of the plane. We know that A cross B is out of the plane. B cross A is into the plane. Okay. Now this symbol indicates out of the plane. Out of the plane. Out of which plane? Out of the plane of the vectors. Cross symbol indicates into the plane. Into the plane. And since they have the equal magnitude, they are having equal magnitude, but their directions are exactly opposite. Okay, I can say that they are having equal magnitude, but directions are exactly the opposite. So, what is the relation between A cross B and B cross A? A cross B is exactly opposite to that of B cross A. So, what I can say? Tell me, what I can say? A cross B is opposite to B cross A. In that case, what I am going to say? I can say that A cross B is minus of B cross A. It is opposite to this. It is very similar to this one. This vector is R vector. So what is this vector? Having equal magnitude. Minus R vector. Okay, if they are directed in the opposite direction, I am going to take the negative of that vector quantity. So similarly, A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. Okay? Now, with the help of an example, I will explain you why we are taking the magnitude as AB sin theta. With the help of an example. If I say A cross B equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B, if I say like that, then what is theta? If I say A cross B is equal to magnitude of A into B, magnitude of A into magnitude of B, then what is theta? In which condition I will get this? When AB sin theta is 1, A cross B is AB sin theta. When sin theta is 1, so what I can write? I can write sin theta equal to 1. It means theta equal to pi by 2, or you can write 90 degree. Okay. If I say A cross B equal to 0 and magnitude of A not equal to 0 and also magnitude of B not equal to 0, then what I can say? What I can say? Sin theta should be 0 or theta should be 0 or pi or whatever you can take. Theta should be 0 or pi. For all these values, we are getting the cross product of two non-zero vectors to be 0. Okay. So these are the two conditions we have to consider. Now here I am drawing a diagram. I think you have seen this diagram before also. This is R vector. This is force vector. R vector, this is force vector. This angle is going to be theta. The angle between R vector and force vector is theta. If I draw it like this is R vector and this is the force vector, and angle between them is theta. Angle between R and force is equal to theta. Force is having two components. This component is F cos theta and force is having a vertical component, that is F sine theta. Now we all know that torque, if I write here torque, is a vector quantity. We all know that torque is which kind of quantity? Torque is a vector quantity. I am writing it slightly below this. Torque is a vector quantity. Now, if torque is a vector quantity, then what is the value we need to consider? Just answer me one thing. It is a spanner, and at this end, if I apply a force in this direction, if I am applying a force in this direction, then what will be the value of torque? If I apply a force at this point in this direction, then what is the value of the torque? How much torque we are getting? We will not get any turning effect. If I am applying force in this direction, then I will not get any turning effect. I will get turning effect only when I am applying force in this direction, either upward or either downward. Okay, I will be getting a turning effect or the moment of the force only when the force is either vertically upward or vertically downward. So basically what I can see, this is radius vector and force should be perpendicular to the radius vector. Then only I am getting torque equal torque in this case. Okay, non-zero value of torque we are getting only when the angle between them is not zero. Okay, if I apply a force in this direction or in this direction, then I will be getting zero torque. So theta should be 0 or pi if you want the cross product to be 0. Okay, and if you want the cross product to be maximum, we have to take the pi by 2 component. But basically what I can say, I have to consider the perpendicular component of force because the parallel component of force is not generating any torque. Only the perpendicular component of the force is generating the torque. So magnitude of torque is given as magnitude of R into magnitude of perpendicular component of force. Okay, by this example it is clear why we are taking the sine component. Now what is the direction of the torque? Torque is given as R cross F. Torque will be given as R cross F. So R cross F by right hand thumb rule, what I can say? By right hand thumb rule, if I apply right hand thumb rule here, then what is the direction of torque? Torque is out of the plane. The torque vector is out of the plane. By this what I can say? Out of the plane. Okay, this is the direction of torque, it is out of the plane. Or one more thing we can say that it is trying to rotate in this direction. It is trying to rotate in this direction, in the anti-clockwise direction. If we have a nut, and I am rotating the nut in anti-clockwise direction, then just tell me whether the nut will come out or it will go inside. If I am having a nut, then whether the nut will come out or it will go inside. It will come out. Okay, any screw system is based on this. Suppose I am having a bottle, it is having a neck. If I rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction, then it is coming out. Okay, just see here, you can see it. If I am having a cap, okay, and I am rotating it in the anti-clockwise direction, it is coming out. Okay, and if I am placing it and I am rotating in the clockwise direction, it is getting tightened. So if the rotation is anti-clockwise, if I am looking from the top and its rotation is anti-clockwise, it will come out. Its rotation is anti-clockwise, it will come out. And if the rotation is clockwise, it will go in. Okay. So here we are having the same thing. If the rotation is anti-clockwise, it will come out. It will come out. But if the rotation is clockwise, if the rotation is clockwise, if the rotation is clockwise, then it will go inside the plane. Okay, go in or into the plane. So in this way we are determining the direction of the torque. Okay, if the force is in this direction, if I take the force in this direction, if this is R and force is in this direction, means this is force, R cross F is clockwise and it will be into the plane. So in this way we are getting the direction of the vectors. Or what you can say, in short, what to say here, this is A, this is B. A cross B. A cross B is perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors A and B. The plane containing the vectors. The board is the plane containing the vector A and B. And their cross product will be perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors A and B. So here we are going to discuss a question. Suppose a vector is given to you A having a magnitude of 2 units, another vector B is having a magnitude of 4 units, and their dot product is equal to 4 root 3 units. Then find theta and magnitude of A cross B. So what we are having? Magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and magnitude of A dot B. Three things we are having. The three data are given to you. You need to find theta and A cross B. Magnitude of A cross B. So we all know the vector product A dot B is given as A dot B is given as A B cos theta, where AB represents the magnitude of AB and A cross B equal to AB sin theta. Magnitude of A cross B is AB sin theta. Now 1, 2. Cos theta is equal to A dot B by magnitude of A into magnitude of B, which means A dot B is having magnitude of 4 root 3 units by 2 into 4. It is equal to root 3 by 2, because A is 2, B is 4. Sin theta, root of 1 minus cos square theta. You can find it directly, or first thing you need to find that value of theta, right? So this value of cos theta, root 3 by 2 is equal to cos of pi by 6. है Cos theta is cos pi by 6, so theta is equal to pi by 6. Next, A cross B magnitude. A cross B magnitude. What is the magnitude of A cross B? A B sine of theta. What is sine theta? Sine pi by 6. So I'm just putting the value directly. 2 into 4 into half is equal to 4 units. Okay, so its value is how much? It is 4 units. Also, we are having one direct formula. If A dot B is given to you, we are having one direct formula. See here. This is first equation and second equation. If I square and add these two equations, देखो यहाँ पे, these are the two equations. If I square and add these two equations, then what we are getting? On the right hand side, what we are getting? AB square common. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. It will get eliminated. Na? Cos theta and sin theta will get eliminated. So we are having one direct formula also. A dot B whole square plus A cross B magnitude whole square is equal to AB square cos square theta plus AB square sin square theta, and if you take the common values, A dot B square plus A cross B equal to AB square, just take it common, cos square theta plus 1 plus sin square theta, it is equal to 1. So simply A cross B magnitude is equal to how much? By looking at this you can say, this will get 1, and AB square minus A dot B square. So AB square minus A dot B whole square and whole under the root for A cross B. Same thing you can do for A dot B also. A dot B is equal to root of AB square minus A cross B magnitude square. A cross B magnitude square. So these are the two formulas we can have to calculate the value of A cross B and A dot B directly if the other alternative is given to you. Okay, so now we are having vector product in three-dimensional coordinate system, 3D coordinate system. In 3D coordinate system, let's first study the direction of axis. This one is x-axis, this one is y-axis, and the z-axis will be coming out of the plane. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and z-axis, how do we decide z-axis? Z-axis we decide that by right hand thumb rule, along from x to y. If I curl my fingers from x to y, then we are getting the direction of z-axis. Since I cannot draw it like this, I am drawing z-axis like this. Okay, just remember that this z-axis is coming out of the plane. Okay, now this is I cap, this is the direction of j cap, and this is the direction of k cap. This is the direction of I cap, this is the direction of j cap, this is the direction of k cap. Now, if I take this system, see here, this is x-axis, this one is x-axis, okay? This one is y-axis. And what is the z-axis? This is the z-axis. So, I am having three mutually perpendicular vectors. I am having three vectors which are mutually perpendicular to each other. This is x, this is y, and this is z. So, x cross y is giving me z. Okay? Also, y cross z is giving me x. Okay? Just try to imagine it like this. This is y, this is z. So, y cross z is giving me x. Y cross z, just try to imagine this one. If I just take one single vector, here, this is x, this is y, and one single vector along the z axis. Okay, so y is upward, z is out of the plane. So y cross z by right hand thumb rule. Okay, it is y cross z. It is denoting which direction? It is denoting the x direction. Okay, if I take z cross I, this is z and this is I. So z cross I, or k cross I is indicating along the j axis. Okay, so by 3D coordinate system, what I can write? I can write, see here, I cross j. Now we are having one more thing. What is the magnitude of I? I is having a magnitude of 1 unit. Okay, j is also having a magnitude of 1 unit. And angle between I and j is equal to 90 degree. So 1 into 1 into 90. Magnitude is 1 and its direction, that is I cross j direction, is along the z axis. So that is equal to k cap. Same thing, j cross k is given me along the x axis. So j cross k is equal to I cap. Also k cross I, this is k and this is I. So k cross I is giving me j cap. Okay, so k cross I is giving me j cap. Now, by the rules of the vectors, you all know that if I cross j is equal to k, then what is j cross I? I cross j is equal to k, then what is j cross I? Negative of that value. Okay, negative, because I have said a cross b is equal to minus of b cross a. So I cross j is giving me k cap. So j cross I is definitely going to give me minus k cap. So this is going to give me minus k cap. What I can write for this? J cross k is I. So k cross j is equal to minus I. Also k cross I is equal to j. So I cross k is equal to minus j. So this is the whole thing I am getting here. And if I draw a cyclic rule, see here, what is a cyclic rule? I cross j is k, j cross k is I, and k cross I is j. So I cross j is k, j cross k is I, and k cross I is j. Am I getting that? Am I getting it according to a cyclic rule? Okay, I am getting this along the cyclic rule. But if I go against the cycle, अगर मैं cycle के उल्टा जा रहा हूँ, if I go against the cycle, then j cross I. What is j cross I? J cross I is equal to minus k. I am going opposite to the cycle. That's why I am writing a minus sign. K cross j is equal to minus I, and I cross k, I am going opposite to the cycle, is minus j. So this is the rule we are having. So what is the cyclic rule I can draw? I can draw a cyclic rule I, j, and k. Okay, it is a sequence. After I, j, after j, k, after k, I. It is a cyclic rule which we will follow while the multiplication of the unit vectors. While the vector multiplication of the unit vectors. Now, I have taken all the possible combination. Just one combination is left. What is that one combination? If I am having I cross I. If I am having I cross I, what is the value? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? 0, parallel, theta 0, sine 0 is 0. Okay, so whenever we are having any parallel or anti-parallel vectors, parallel or anti-parallel means, what is the meaning of anti-parallel? If they are both in the same direction, they are parallel. If they are in opposite direction, they are anti-parallel, है ना? They are opposite to each other. So I cross I is equal to j cross j, equal to k cross k, equal to 0. This we need to keep it in our mind. Okay, this we need to just remember. Now I am taking two vectors in 3D coordinate system. The first vector A is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap, and B vector is equal to, what is the B vector I am having? B vector is equal to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. This is a V vector. Now here I need to find A cross B. So in order to find A cross B, what we are going to do? Let's see how we are going to find it. A cross B means this vector x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap cross. I am writing A cross. Let's write B also. x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. Okay, so these are the two vectors I am having, and whenever we are multiplying two expressions, one expression in the bracket multiplied by second expression in the bracket, what we are doing? First term of the first expression multiplied with all the three of the second. Second term multiplied with all the three. Third term multiplied with all the three. In this way we are doing. So here also we will be doing the same thing. So let's start here. x1i into x2i. So here I am having x1, x2. x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2 are scalars. What are the vectors I am having? I cap, j cap, k cap are the vectors. And rest of the term, that is x1, x2, y1, y2, z1, z2 are the scalar quantities. So x1, x2, I cap cross I cap, I cap cross I cap plus x1, y2, I cap cross j cap plus x1, z2, I cap cross k cap, है ना? I cap cross k cap plus x1 z2. x1 is done. Now let's start with y1. y1 x2 j cap cross I cap, j cap cross I cap plus y1 y2 j cap cross j cap plus y1 z2, y1 z2 j cap cross k cap plus another, what we are having, Z1. We will be starting from Z1, X2, K cap cross I cap plus Z1 Y2, K cap cross J cap plus Z1 Z2, K cap cross K cap. So here I have written all the terms. Now first thing what we will do, we will reduce this whole quantity. I cap cross I cap, J cap cross J cap and K cap cross K cap equals 0. So where are they? I cap cross I cap, J cap cross J cap and K cap cross K cap. These three quantities are reduced to zeros. Now next what we are having? Next let's see in which case I am getting I cap. I am getting I cap in case of J cross K or K cross J. When JK or KJ are multiplied, then we are getting I. So J cap cross K cap. Where is J cap cross K cap? Where is J cap cross K cap? So J cap cross K cap will give me I cap. I am writing here I cap. Here I am getting I cap in this case. And K cross J I am getting minus I cap. I am getting minus I cap. Okay. Next J cap where I am getting? J cap I am getting where K cross I, in case of K cross I am getting J. So K cross I am getting J cap. And I cross K I am getting minus J cap. Okay. Then in which case we are getting K cap? We are getting K cap in case of I cross J. Where it is I cross J? This is K cap. And I am getting minus K in case of J cross I. Here minus K cap. Okay. So in these cases we have got the different values. These underlying terms will reduce to 0, 0 and 0. These terms will get reduced to 0. So let's see what we are getting. This is equal to. First I will put the coefficients of I cap. What are the coefficients of I cap? Coefficients of I cap are Y1 Z2, Y1 Z2 minus Z1 Y2 minus of Z1 Y2. This is the coefficient of I cap plus coefficient of J cap. Coefficient of J cap is Z1 X2 minus X1 Z2, Z1 X2 minus X1 Z2 J cap plus the third term, the coefficient of K cap. Where is the coefficient of K cap? Here is the coefficient of K cap, X1 Y2 minus Y1 X2, X1 Y2 minus Y1 X2 K cap. So this is the value I am getting for A cross B. This value I am getting for A cross B. Okay, for A cross B I am getting this value. Now it is looking bit complicated. Here in algebraic form it is looking bit complicated. How to get it in a simplified way? So let's start here. Let's try to get this in a simplified way. K cap, J cap, I cap, है ना? So for A and for B, okay? For A and B, what is the coefficient of I cap? In case of A, coefficient of I cap is X1, Y1 and Z1. For B, X2, Y2 and Z2. Just 1 minute. Let's write it in a bit expanded form. I cap, J cap and K cap. Here it is X1 for A. For B, X1, Y1, Z1, X2, Y2 and Z2. When we are finding A cross B, then coefficient of I cap. Coefficient of I cap, what I have done? Y1 Z2 minus Z1 Y2. Y1 Z2 minus Z1 Y2 means for I, where I am going to start? I am going to start here. Okay? For I am going to start here. And how will I start? I will start Y1 Z2 minus Z1 Y2. I will ignore the coefficients of I cap. Okay, I am going to ignore the coefficients of I cap. So here what I am getting? Y1 Z2 minus Z1 Y2 I cap plus for the coefficient of j cap. For the coefficient of j cap, I am again going to start from here. Okay, so let's see. Z1 x2 minus x1 z2 coefficient of j cap. Z1 x2 minus x1 z2 again for j cap. For j cap, I am going to ignore the coefficients of j cap. From here I will start and again cross multiply. In the first case I did the cross multiplication, here this into this minus this into this. So for j cap also I will start from the next, that is after j we are getting k. So we will be starting from the k coefficient of the first vector. Okay, because a cross b, a is the first vector and we are starting with k. So z1 x2 minus x1 z2. Z1 x2 minus x1 z2 plus coefficient of k cap. So for coefficient of k cap, we should start from here, but here nothing is available. But we all know, even though nothing is available, but we all know that after k in the sequence what we are having. In the sequence after k what we are having? I am having I. After I j, that's why I am starting with the coefficient of j. After j I am having k, that's why I am starting with the coefficient of k. But and after k I am having I, so I will start with the coefficient of I. But coefficient of I is already available here, so I will start from here. X1 y2 minus y1 x2. Okay, so this is the vector product I have got for A. Is it understood to all of you? Actually, the process which we are following to find the cross product of two vectors in 3D form, in 3D coordinate system. This process you have already studied before. Do you remember where you have studied this process? In which topic, in which chapter you have studied this process? In 10th one, in class 10 or even before class 10, you have studied this method. There was a method in simultaneous linear equation, cross multiplication method. Do you remember that? Suppose I am having an equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and the second equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Okay, here what I had a x1 I cap, y1 j cap, z1 k cap. So what you took coefficient of I j k. So in the top you are writing I j k and you are writing the coefficients. Here what I am going to write? I am writing coefficient of x, y and 1. And coefficient of x is a1, y is b1 and 1 is c1. Similarly here also a2, b2 and c2. Okay, and from this coefficient what did you obtain? You obtain an expression like this. This kind of expression you obtained na? In the cross multiplication method. The coefficient before x, below x what you are going to write? Below x b1 c2 minus c1 b2 minus c1 b2. That should be equal to, for y, we are starting from here because after y you are having 1, so you are starting from here, c1 a2 minus a1 c2 equal to coefficient of 1 a1 b2 minus b1 a2. This method you remember? Here it should be y actually, here it should be y. Okay. This method you remember, you studied this cross multiplication method in simultaneous linear equation. Okay, so let's see a question based on the vector product. I am giving you two vectors. A is equal to 2i plus j minus k and B is equal to I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. So in this case, you need to calculate A cross B. So A cross B, I'll again start with the same method. Coefficient of I. What is the coefficient of I? For coefficient of I, I'll start with the coefficient of J. So 1 into 2 minus what I'm going to take? Minus 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 I'm getting na? 1 into minus 1 plus coefficient of j cap. What is the coefficient of j cap? For coefficient of j cap, I'm going to start with k. Minus 1 into 1, minus 1, and minus sign 2 into 2 plus coefficient of k cap. So coefficient of k cap will be starting from I cap, so 2 into 1, 2, minus 1 into 1. So that is the coefficient of k cap which we are getting. So what is the cross product I am getting? It is 3I cap minus 5j cap and plus k cap, A cross B. Okay. Now, if you want to verify this, then how can we do it? How can we verify this? To verify this, this should be A cross B should be perpendicular to A and also perpendicular to B. So how to verify whether two vectors are perpendicular or not? Tell me how to verify whether two vectors, you are having two vectors in 3D form and you want to verify whether they are perpendicular or not. Then we will take their dot product and that should be 0. Cos 90, theta between them is 90, angle between them is 90 and cos of 90 is 0, you know that. Means A dot of this value, dot product of this vector with A should be 0. So I am writing A dot which vector? A cross B. This should be 0. So let's see. I am writing the vector A. 2I plus j minus k dot which vector? 3I minus 5j plus k. So let's see. 3 to the 6. 1 into minus 5, minus 5. Minus 1 into 1, minus 1. Am I getting 0? Am I getting 0? Let's do it with B also. Let's see. Let's verify it. A cross B. B dot A cross B is equal to, take the vector B, I plus j plus 2k. I plus j plus 2k is the vector B. Dot which vector? Which vector I am taking? 3I minus 5j plus k, and dot product with this vector should be how much? 3 into 1, 3. 1 into minus 5 is minus 5 and 2 into 1 is plus 2. So that is equal to 0 again. Okay. So we have got a vector which is perpendicular to both A and B. Is it okay? We can even find the vector product of the two given vectors directly. See here. A vector is equal to 2I plus j minus k and B is equal to I plus j plus 2k. So if you want to get the product of these two vectors directly, A cross B directly. So directly what I said, I should start from the j coefficient. 1 into this minus this into this. So what is the coefficient of I cap? 2, 1 into 2 is 2. Minus of minus 1 means it becomes plus. So 2 plus 1. 3 I cap I can directly write it. Next, for j cap. For j cap I am going to start from here. Minus 1 into 1. Minus 1. Minus 2 into 2. Minus 4. So minus 1 and minus 4. How much? Minus 5j. Coefficient of k. I'll start from I. So 2 into 1 minus 1 into 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1 plus k cap. Directly I have written. So if you are having sufficient practice, you can directly write the cross product of two vectors. Here we are having one more question, that vector A is given as cap plus j cap minus k cap, and vector B is given as I cap minus j cap I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Okay, these are the two vectors which I am having. We have to find a unit vector. Find a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors A and B. So this is the question we are having, and we have to find a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing the vector A and B. So here we have to find vector containing the perpendicular vector containing plane A and B. If this vector I am taking it as A, this I am taking it as B. So it is a plane. I need a vector perpendicular to this plane. So definitely I need a cross product of these two vectors, and the final vector should be a unit vector. So just find the unit vector of cross products. You need A cross B. A cross B is required. So A cross B is I, J, K, and here 1, 1, minus 1, and here it is 1, 1, 1. So what I am having? Coefficient of I cap, this into this, minus this into this. So what I am having? I will be having 2I for j cap. I'll be starting from here, minus 1 into 1, minus 1, minus of 1 into 1. So minus 2j. And for k cap, 1 into 1, minus 1 into 1. So that is 0 k cap. So what is the vector I am getting? A cross B equal to 2 I cap minus j cap. I can take this vector also as perpendicular vector. I can take this vector also perpendicular to A and B. So unit vector along I cap minus j cap is equal to how much? I cap minus j cap by magnitude of this vector is 1 square plus 1 square plus 0 square. 0 k cap, na? 0 k cap. So 1 square plus 1 square plus 0 square. So how much we are having? That is equal to I cap minus j cap by root 2 is the answer. Okay. You can also write this vector. This vector can also be answer. Minus I cap plus j cap by root 2 can also be the correct answer. Why it can be the correct answer? Why I said that this vector can also be the correct answer? This can be the correct answer because it is oppositely directed to this. It is negative of this vector. Okay, so here since I have taken A cross B, I am getting I minus J. Okay, the direction I am getting as I minus J since I have taken A cross B. But if I take B cross A, then I will get 2 times of J minus I. Okay, will I get it? 2 times of J minus I. In this case, I will be getting this one as the unit vector. Okay.